Hi everyone, Cheryl here today with Kadoodlebug Designs, and today we're going to be working with Happy Woof Day. Isn't she just super cute? And so today we're going to work on doing some whiskers and using some different confettis and stuff on her. And she doesn't have a backing, so I'll kind of show you how I piece them and then add them together. So the little whiskers, I did this a couple months ago for Valentine's Day, and I used stamens. So if you have stamens, you can use that, or we'll be using a transparent thread that I use when I'm quilting and so forth. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I've separated all my pieces like I typically do: the cake pieces, the hat pieces, body pieces, eyes, and candle. And those are all separated and on my board just to make it easy for when I'm doing my distressing and putting things together. And I'm kind of wanted to get her in view, but we're going to start with the cake. So on the cake, what I did was I'm going to use Barely Banana, and my little dauber pod is already inked up from my last project. And so I'm just going to use that, and we don't need to worry about the bottom, as if you look there, you won't see the bottom. So I'm not even going to do the bottom on this, but I am going to try to bring up the lighter yellow that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be using a pale yellow pin. So what I typically do is I'll do this on a paper just to see what the color will be, and that way I know if I'm going to be wanting this on here or not. And so I'm just going to kind of come up some. And this cardstock here is actually it's a embossed, or yeah, I think it's like embossed. Really pretty. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Maybe. Yep. And so it's a cream, and that's pretty much what I'm going to use. And so I'm just going to kind of come in a little bit on that. And then you could always come in back with your little dauber and just kind of go around. The bottom part you're not going to see too much on. So we're going to put this cake together first. And so we're going to start with adding all the little dots on here. And so I've prepped those, and for the dots, I did cut them out in a polka dot. And so I've got all those prepped so we can get all these on. I just left one so I can kind of show you. So I did use Bashful blue on this one, and this is the color here. So that's Stampin' Ups. It's one of their old colors. And then I'm just going to pounce in, because I just really want the edge done. So super easy. So now we're just going to place the little dots where we want them. And so what I do on a big piece like this is I'll just come in and do some little glue marks where I'm thinking they're going to go. One here, one there, and then one probably right about there. Okay. And then we could take our little tool, whatever tool you're using. I'm using the Viker tool. This is the one that I bought off of Amazon. If you're new to my channel, just so you know, I do purchase those off of Amazon, and you get a set of 2 and 4 wax ends, and then you also get little tweezers, and it all comes in a case. And I do put a link below just in case if you're wanting to, if you're interested in getting one. Okay. And so push down on all our little dots, and be careful. Sometimes their little glue comes out, and I just take the end. You can kind of just move that. Okay. So try not to get any glue anywhere. Whoops. And I'm probably... Okay, and I'm trying to stay up a little bit. If you're watching on a cell phone, you can go ahead and click on your screen and do full screen on this, and that way you'll be able to see down here. As I'm kind of watching, and I can kind of see to make sure You know, I want to make sure I'm staying in view so you all can see. So we're going to just add. So it's nice you can put the cake together first. And we're not working with the backing. Super cute. This is the birthday celebration week for Kadoodlebug Designs. They turned 12. And super exciting. And we're doing a birthday celebration on Facebook. And there's going to be inspiration and prizes and just a lot of fun. So if you want to join us over there, it's Kadoodlebug Designs. And I'll put a link in the description box for you below. Okay, so now I'm going to add the piece to the back. And I didn't distress this piece because I wanted to show you that I did use the Pretty in Pink and just kind of come around this edge. Let me ink this one up more. So this is Stampin' Up's ink as well. So you can kind of come and do a circular, or you can just go straight. Really. And we don't need to do the bottom because we're not going to see the bottom. We're only going to see that top part. So just kind of come like so. Cute. We could have brought this up more, but that's all right. It's already down. So I'll just leave that. And now we want to add these little bones, and I've used the Pretty in Pink on these as well. And I just put some little glue marks so I just know where to, kind of where I want to go with them. And did I lose one? Oh, it's over there. Cute. Kind of move it a little bit. Okay, so we have our cake done. I'm going to set that aside. So the cake's done, and now we're going to work on the dog. So all the body pieces on this dog, I think I saved one piece to show you. Well, we don't need, so we do need these, and we're going to need this first. So the head, what I did was I used the brush corduroy first, and that is just for the outline on this. And I'm using a craft cardstock on this. And this one's a lighter craft. It's funny because I cut out a bunch of things last night, and I can't remember if it was this one. I think it is. Wait, let's see. I'm going to look really quick. Yeah, so this cardstock, I only had one piece of it, and it's a lighter craft than the normal because I have this one cut out for the next one I'm going to do. So this is a craft as well, but can you see the difference? It's a little darker. I think this one had come in a club kit when I designed for Club Scrap, because I only have one piece of it and I don't have any more. And I've been going through all my cardstock, and it's all in the extra room. It's the different cardstock from different companies. And some of it, I don't know where it came from. And this is one, and I wish I knew where this one came from, because I want more of it now. And it's just, I'm just like, gosh, because when I took apart a lot of the kits that I had from them, I took a lot of the cardstock out and just threw it in with like Paper Temptress and some of the other companies that I have in there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come in with the tea dye, and this is going to give us our like shading. And so I'm kind of at an angle, and I'm kind of pouncing down and out. So you could always come in too, and just, if you want just your edge, you could always just pounce in. It just makes it super quick and easy. And so that's going to give us the shading. And I think I want a little more right there. Okay, and so I didn't do this one either. I just kind of turn it as I go. And I'm thinking that's probably good enough. Could go darker if you want. But I think we're going to be good on that. Okay, so that's the tea dye. So then we want to make sure the little ears are done too. And the ears are done with antique linen, and that is a distressed ink. And I'm just kind of, same thing. A lot of times I'll use, if you have the little inks, let me show you. And I've went through so much of this. I need to buy another one. I think when I order my, the next thing I need to order, I'm going to order more of this. So if you have these little refills because you've used them maybe for like crinkle paper or doing different like papers and stuff, you can always take an ink and put it on a tile and then swipe it up. And that's normally what I do with these light colors, because sometimes you have to just keep inking and inking and inking, you know, on the pad. And then the little daubers, they start to wear, as you could tell, especially when you're coming off the paper, but they start to make a little mess. And I go through these so fast. I've purchased on Amazon the smaller ones, but I may have to get the bigger ones that go with the Tim Holtz little daubers. But anyways, so that's that. And then you could always come in with this on the edge just to bring in a little more. Okay. And the paper I cut on this one is, and you may see it a little bit, it has a very faint pattern. This came out of a set that was, I think it was, oh my gosh, I forget the, Project Life, I think. Anyway, so it came in a bunch of paper that I had got when I worked at American Crafts. I had bought paper there. You got it, like, I got it really cheap. We got it, I think off wholesale. We got 50% off a wholesale. So we even got it cheaper than all the stores and places would get it if you worked for them. And so it was really nice. I could just stock up on a ton of stuff when I worked there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we want to put the body part together. So I want to do, let's see, I may have done the arm backwards. There it is. Okay, so we want one arm, and I did that one. So I just had them flipped upside down. So we want one arm to go out to hold the candle, and then one that's just going to set right like so. And so we're going to add this one first. And very little glue on this, because otherwise we'll have it like everywhere. Or at least I will. So that's the difference with having like the backing is typically I can keep my, my glue all, you know, where it needs to be. So, and the little hand down here, we're not going to worry too much about because we won't see that. So now this other little arm is going to kind of come under. Like so. And we'll just push that down. If you have any glue that comes out. I mean, I used very little on this and it still comes out a little bit. So I just use the end of the tool and that helps that. And then we could push this in a little bit if we need. Let's kind of go in a little more. So there we go. Okay. All right. So we have the arms on, and now we're going to add the little head on, and we can add the little ears as well. And so we're going to put her head on right here. And so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down there. And then just place this like so. And try not to get the glue. Okay, same for the ears. I'm just going to put some glue here and a little down here. And I can push that one down. You can bring them down more if you want. Well, it just depends. There we go. And then on this one, I'm going to add just a little bit of glue right about to here. Okay. And then I can just take and lift her up and put her down. And then get that ear, her little floppy ears where I think I may want it. And then push it down. Whoops, I don't need that. I want this tool to just grab that little bit of glue. And that way it's not on my hands and it's not all over the place. So I love that. Okay, so I want to do just a little bit of pink. And this is what's left on this brush from doing whatever the pink I used last. I like the little bit of pink in her little ears. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and ink up for her cheeks as well. I'm going to take that same brush and grab some pink, but I want a little darker. And I'm just going to come in here and get these little cheeks started and blow off whatever's left. And I'm not going to worry about anything else on that. So now what I want to do is I'm going to build her face really quick. And I want to do that. And so this too was done with the antique linen. So I've already prepped it. But we want to get this mouth done. And so the mouth is this little piece right here. And we're going to add a little bit of glue. I think on the one I added like way too much. I was like, oops. Oh well. So I kind of had glue kind of here and there and everywhere. Okay. So we're just going to add that like so. And then that way we'll be able to place this over it. And hopefully you can see that. But we want to add our whiskers on. And did I unplug? I did. I unplugged the glue gun. I want to use hot glue on this because it's just going to make it easier for me. And all I did was take some of this. This is an old one, but I have several of these because I use the ones that I've bought and that are new for when I want to do quilting on quilts, and I don't want the quilting to interfere with, like when I did my husband's, I did my husband a deer window quilt, and I did not want the quilting going all over the deer and everything. So I actually used a transparent thread. It's a little thicker than this. I actually probably could have went and got that one instead. But I'm going to leave a tail right here. And I'm going to start my loop over here. And it doesn't matter how big you go because we can just cut them down. And I'm doing 2 loops on each side with 1 tail on each side. And that way I could make them big, small, or whatever I want. And so I've got them now, and I'm going to just snip that one there. And it really doesn't matter how big they are, like I said, because we're going to just snip those down once we're done. And so hopefully, I'm hoping, I want to glue these on here. And so I guess I'm going to glue these first. So once this glue, hopefully my glue gun, because I do want this on there as well. Maybe I'll glue that while we're waiting. So let's get, oh no, oh. And I do keep a rag right on my lap so I can lift off the glue. So I'm just going to put this piece right on there. So we've got the little mouth all done, and now we're just waiting to see if this glue gun is hot. I unplugged it because I went up to eat. Okay, and forgot to plug it back in. Otherwise I forget. And just in case I didn't make it down. So see, I just put a little glue back there. And then we're just going to plop those right on. I could pull the excess off. Just really easy. And so now the little whiskers are there. And then I'm actually going to pull off any of the glue that's extra. Okay, so now, I mean, you could leave them long so you could see them, because you could really see them now, but I had cut them really short. I may leave them long on this one because I'm going to make a card. So now what I want to do is add this to my face, but I also want to leave room for the eyes to slide in. So I'm not putting glue. Oh, and the mouth moved. Oh, it did. This time I'm having a little harder time. Let's see if you could see that. Okay. So we want to move this up, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to move that mouth. Whoops, but the glue will want to come out. So that glue is definitely coming out, and the eyes, we need to get them in. Well, her mouth's off to the side. Darn it. I don't know. I must have somehow, let me see if I can move that, because that's going to bug me. Oh, I did move it over a tad. I need to move it back, so just sorry, guys. Yeah, we'll just get it like that. Okay, so I'm going to add a little more glue. Oops. Make sure my whiskers are where they need to be. Okay, and then I want to add, I want to get the eyes on here before I really start pressing those down. And hoping I don't have a huge mess. Okay, so we're going to stick these little eyes right like so. You could keep them far apart or closer together. It's really whatever you like. Sometimes I want them like almost touching, but I think in this case I want them, now I'm pressing down because now I kind of want everything where it needs to be. Okay, so this one, we're going to go ahead and get the little black part on. And I'm going to just bring that right about there. So you can kind of bring that in. It really doesn't have to be right on top of the eye. Oh, did I put glue on that one? I thought I did. Maybe not enough. There we go. Okay. I like using the tool though. It just makes it so much easier for me. And then any glue you just can pick up. And these eyes are going to be a little closer. But that's all right. Okay. So we just want to get these pieces built. And then we're going to go ahead and add the nose. Let's get that on. Okay. And then we can add our little black dots. And then I do want a little bit of pink up here. Well, that's not the right one. Let's grab. There we go. And then the little whiskers we could cut. They're pretty long. So I want to get those snipped really quick and then cut down some of them. Okay, I think I'm going to just cut those like that. And then I'm just basically cutting open the loops. And I'm going to leave what's here for now. And then I can always come back in later if I need. Yeah, that piece kind of came down. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the poor little mouth got a little messed up from me. There we go. Okay. Oh, I don't want this. I don't want my cats to be able to get this. So I want to tape this really quick to a piece of paper and get it in the garbage. Yeah, because the cats definitely do not need this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that way I know it's not on the floor. All right, so we have her ready for her eyes to be done. And so on her eyes now, I'm going to go ahead and use the 005. And I want to come in and I'm going to start up here. And I'm just going to kind of trace like you're putting eyeliner on. That's the way I look at this, is like it's eyeliner for the SVGs. We're doing their makeup. So, okay, so I have my line on. Now I want to come in with a little bit of black chalk, and I'm using Stampin' Up's. They're old chalks that I've had. Oh, I don't even remember if I bought these in 2005 or 6. I really don't remember. So they're their older ones, and I don't even know if they still sell them, but you can use any chalks that are for scrapbooking. I have some old EK chalks as well from a long time ago. Let's see if I can grab this. So now I want to come in with a little bit of brown. And there's excess, and that's okay because I'm just going to blow that right off. So it won't even matter. And that's just the starting for the eyes. So on the eyes on this, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to zoom in. Let me see without moving you guys a ton. So on the eyes on this one, I've done them a little different. These ones I kind of came a little bit straight, but then with a little bit of a curve. And so I tried to start small on them and just kind of bring it in and bring out, and just kind of. Most of the time my eyelashes are curled. And I love them curled, but I thought for this shape here, on this one here, I wanted to do just a little different like I've done in the past. And really, there's no like right or wrong way. It's really whatever you like. So if you want them all the same size, you can do them all the same size. And then we're going to have to add that. There we go. Let's see, I added one long one there. So now I just come back in and see if I need to add any length to them. And that's what's nice about the shadowing, adding the shadow to them, because you can kind of just play around. And so I think that's going to be okay. And then I'm going to come in with the darker brown and give some shadow here. and then just blow that off. Now I'm going to wipe this same brush, and I want to come in with a little bit of, I think I put on this one a little bit of pink. I think it may have been the other one, but I'm going to add a little bit of pink to this one. May have been the last one that I did. I do so many of these that I just kind of sometimes will forget. So sometimes I have to write down what colors I'm using, because otherwise I will definitely forget. So I just added a little bit of pink in there. And then you could always come back in with more if you feel, or more longer lashes or whatever. You know, if you want them longer. And then I'm just going to do the little dot. Usually I do 3 of those, but I'm not going to do that on this one. And then I feel like she needs a little darker on this side. So there we go. Yeah, I felt like she had much darker on one side than the other. And so we'll just come back in with this. This is the Posca paint pen. It's the 0.7 millimeter. I bought these off of eBay a long while ago. I couldn't even tell you from who or when. So I did pick up 4. I think they come in a 2-pack. So she's going to be like so on here. And so we're going to go ahead and get her glued on. We need to finish her eyes really quick. Now we could do her little nose. Okay. And I'm just going to add, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to glue her on now and get her done. So we can put the glue on the bottom part of her body. When I was in Design Space, I ended up ungrouping these pieces and layering them over each other to give me an idea of how big I wanted this piece, because I do want this on a card and I don't want it on a scrapbook page. So that's kind of how I got, when it doesn't have a backing, that's how I did to get the size for what I wanted. And so I'm thinking we're probably good, just like so. And I feel like she's missing something. It's her hat. Okay, so let's go ahead and get her little paw on, and then we're going to put her hat, and then we're going to be done. We'll add the extras, the little extras on. So we'll put that one there. So the little candle is over here. And so, you know, it was funny when it was cutting out the pieces. I'm like, hey, what's this big piece for? And usually I'll have the picture popped up so I can kind of get an idea when I'm pulling pieces. I can lay them in the way they need to go. And so I wasn't really quite sure what that was for. And I was like, oh, well, but you know what? I was able to take in, and let me zoom back out. So I was able to come in with this is the Barely Banana, and this is from Stampin' Up. And I just used the ink and I put it on my tray. But anyway, so there's our candle. Instead of it being the light pink, because I did change out the colors, some of them. And so we have that. And so now we want our candle to be distressed a little bit. And so I'm just going to come in on the edge right here. And this is pretty in pink. And you're really not going to see this edge so much, but we can just kind of do this edge too a little bit. Okay. And then we're just going to add that right on top of here, this little flame. And then this other little flame, we don't really need to do anything with it. And now, if you wanted to, you can ink up the edges, take a pen or whatever. But I'm going to use this really fun glitter that I got from American Crafts. I actually bought it at the warehouse sale. So we want this to come down. We need it all the way down. And we don't want any glue out because right now what we're going to be doing is we're going to add some of the glitter. So this is really neat. It's almost like a confetti. I don't know if you could see that, but they're little flakes. Oh, you may be able to see in the lid. There you go. Yep. So I'm going to glue this up right here. And I'm just going to drop this in this little thing right here. Hopefully I got it all. And I just thought it'd be really cute, kind of different. And it's just fun. And so now I want to go ahead and add this little candle to her hand. I'm going to put it up probably right about like so. You can place it however you want. And then, okay, and then we're going to add her little paw. She's holding that. We could have brought it in a little more, but oh yeah, I want to bring that in more. Sorry. Let's see if I can move that. I want to move this a little bit over. Oh shoot. Yeah, I made a mess, but we'll fix it. Okay, there we go. That may be better. And then, now I have a little bit of a mess, but I'm going to clean that up. So I need to just move her little whiskers out of my way. There we go. And there. Okay. So that's better. Cute. Okay. So we have all that done. And now we want to do her little hat. And so her little hat, we're not going to do any distressing on it. We're going to add the hat first, and that goes here. We did distress these pieces with the pretty in pink, but these two I'm leaving. So this is the hat part. You could put the hat together first if you wanted, but I'm going to just do it like now. And then a little bit of glue there. This is where all the pieces will go. So we have one here, and then we have one here, and then we'll have one right here. Okay, and now we'll just get the bottom piece on, and we're almost done. And so on this one here, I'm just going to add the glue right like so. And that goes like that. Super cute. And then we'll just add this one right up here like so. And now we're almost done. So if you want to add any white, like up here, I just kind of did these little, whoops, I did little dots. I didn't prep this pen, and it's been out, so it's probably, okay, so we're just going to add the little dots right here, and then I just kind of did these little marks up at the top, and then I did the same thing down at the bottom, just the little dots. I have a thing, I love dots. As you could probably tell. If you've seen my cards, you'll know. So I just kind of did that, and then we'll do the little paws. And you can kind of just go like that. And I think that's it for the white. Now I'm going to put the pin on. Okay, so now for this, the little party hat, we want to add some glue. And we're just going to kind of go like that. I didn't worry too much about like having this filled in all the way. I just kind of did like what you're seeing. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Wow glitter. And this one's a little different too. It's almost like little circles, but let me see if I can use this tray right here. Okay. So I know this one I could probably dip in, but this other one I won't be able to. So this one here, I'm just going to sprinkle. And that's why I like the glass dish right below, because anything else just goes right into that. Okay, and I'm done with that, and I think we are done. And so there you have it. Super cute, right? And so I do hope you enjoyed my video today. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos, please follow. And I do thank you for stopping by. Have a good day.